A place like Youth for Tomorrow is an oasis in the difficult world that we live in today for these kids.
Like I said, I got a knife pulled out on me, like so close to my face, but I don't know why. He could have cut me real bad.
Involved a lot with like the streets and stuff, because I was a part of domestic minor sex trafficking.
So I got locked up for 2.5 months.
Some of our kids come through the court system to us, so they come here angry because they got placed here.
It was like, I didn't know anybody.
And then they come here and they see that this is not a bad place. It doesn't look like a prison. It looks like a home.
They don't need an hour or two on Sunday. They need a full-time place to go where somebody could love them, discipline them, and help them reestablish their life.
A 200-acre campus. I see a 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art school. I see 5 modern homes built to house girls, 8 to 10 girls in a house. I see a historic home that houses up to 25 to 30 boys. You take in kids, teach them, counsel them, love them, and then as they graduate, we follow them.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I would like to start off by saying thank you for joining us seniors in an unforgettable moment. When we were all graduated from high school, woo!
We house these children sometimes for 3 months or up to 6 years. We educate these children, could be from the 7th grade through the 12th grade. We provide therapy to them so they overcome the emotional and psychological issues that they've been confronted with through the abuse and neglect that they've experienced.
If you listen to the stories that some of these young people tell you, I mean, the abuse they've had, all these ladies have been abused, and it's sad they don't have any parents, no home.
Some kids have experienced physical and sexual abuse beyond comprehension at times. We've had kids that the first time that they used drugs was with a family member. Their family members taught them how to use drugs, where to sell, where to distribute. And so their concept about adults are those that been a part of lying, cheating, and hurting them in various ways.
We must have certified teachers to be an accredited school. We must have licensed therapists in order to provide the therapy that is required. And you have to have your loving residential staff 365 days a year.
Honesty, and that's one thing that me and my wife both really stand on, is being honest with the kid, whether they see it as a negative or positive, getting them to deal with reality. Learning how to control and deal with reality while they're in the middle of a storm is key.
We need to provide crisis intervention for children and their families within our community. We need to do diagnostic assessments of our children who come misdiagnosed. Some kids come here with 4, 5, 6 prescribed medications in their system. And we had one young man years ago who came with 13 prescribed medications every day. By the time he left our program, 3.5 years later, he was on 1 prescribed medication. That's just illustrative of how we try to bring children to be able to seek their own resources in their own body, in their own minds, to correct their behaviors, their imbalances, psychological and emotional trials and tribulations. It's not an uncommon refrain for a child to come and say, had it not been for Youth for Tomorrow, I would either be dead or in jail.
I think I would have been dead, seriously.
If I tried to synthesize what we do and what we're all about, I think it would come down to we're led to be here by our spiritual walk. And therefore, we impart that spiritual essence in our soul to our children.
When I do ministry here, I do it in 3 parts. I call it my 3 R&Rs, okay? First of all, we need to rescue these kids from their lifestyles and their mentalities and the thinking that they've had. We need to restore these kids. We need to restore these kids to the right relationship with God and right relationship within the community and how they live. And then the last R is releasing these kids. Releasing these kids so that they're an active part of the, to me, first, active part of the body of Christ, and then active part of their community, and not where before they were taking from the community, now they're giving to the community.
At Youth for Tomorrow, you will find that 84 to 87% of the residents who leave Youth for Tomorrow become reunited with their families, graduate from high school and matriculate to college, enter the workforce, or enter the armed forces. It's an incredible accomplishment when you realize these young people were sent here 1 to 5 years behind in grade level. They were sent here by a court services unit. They were sent here because of difficulties in their families. Sometimes they are the victims, and other times they're the victimizers. But they've turned the corner. They've redirected their lives. They've accepted different behavior patterns.
And it's not about the problems going in. It's not about just about the day-to-day. It's about the achievement at the end.
We continue to love them in their most dire situations, when they're cursing us out, when they're saying all manner of things to us. It's in those situations that we've seen kids make that transference. They transform, they change into something that that allows them to go out and be successful, and for the first time feel and know what success is.
I feel really good. I know that this is not the end, it's only the beginning. My next plan is to change the world.